Show starts in 5 minutes.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us, and we extend a cordial welcome to you. We've lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on our giant screen with the new, colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading about. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Hey, fellas, don't fight over that hot dog. There's plenty for everyone. Big, plump, and juicy, wrapped in an oven-fresh bun. Add mustard, relish, ketchup, and go to work. Yes, the hot dogs at our refreshment center are the best you'll find anywhere. Everybody agrees on that.
It's 4 minutes till showtime.
Yum, yum. It's time for a tasty and refreshing snack. We promise to satisfy your hunger, your thirst, your sweet tooth. So visit our refreshment center now. Let's go! Show starts in 3 minutes.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
It's 2 minutes till showtime.
Popcorn, candy, ooh, hot dog, popsicle. Oh boy, Santa orange.
Show starts in 1 minute.
There are words men live by, words of strength, of wisdom, and of peace. We urge you to find the spiritual comfort and guidance we all so greatly need by attending your place of worship regularly.
Here's a new taste treat. The corn dog. Plump, juicy wieners are dipped in a thick, golden Southern-style corn batter that seals in all their freshness and flavor. If you like hot dogs, you'll love corn dogs. Everybody does. Try a corn dog with your favorite beverage. At the refreshment corner now. Corn dogs.
Broadcasting live from beautiful Union City, New Jersey. This is your movie quiz season 5 premiere for Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021. Here we go. Good evening, hello, and welcome to the movie quiz. I am your host, Chris Mann Nelson, and in just a couple of minutes, I am going to be starting you on a journey through 4 rounds of film trivia and puzzles. This is a very special night. It's a big night. Tonight is our season 5 premiere. It's game 1 of a brand new season, and it's also our anniversary show. It's our birthday. Technically tomorrow, but because Wednesdays aren't the same date, it would change year to year. We're celebrating it tonight. It's been a full year. So thank you to everybody who's been playing for a full 12 months, 365 days. It's been awesome and I appreciate it. And we're going to keep it going. So this game, if you are new to it, you haven't played it in the last year, it's completely interactive. You don't have to just sit by and say, oh, I could have answered that. You can answer that by doing this. Go to, I should update this, tmq.thetrivialist.com or play.themoviequiz.com. That's one thing I forgot to do in my season 5 prep. There's 2 ways. Both websites work. It's both going to take you to the same place, tmq.thetrivialist.com or play.themoviequiz.com. Once you're there, you are going to enter your team name, your email address, and you are going to join the game, and then you will be part of it. You can win this. This game is completely pay as you wish. We do take donations. We'll talk a little bit about that later. But once you're signed up, you are going to be playing against our special guests tonight. They were here for our season 4 premiere a few months back, helping us kick it off once again. They are hosts of the NYC Trivia League. They are writers of copious amounts of trivia. They are just excellent guests, and I'm so excited to have them back. Please welcome back Meredith and Pedar are here. Please welcome back Meredith and Pedar. How are you doing?
Hello. Doing great. Thank you for having us, Chris.
Absolutely.
What's up? Good to see you.
I'm so excited. You guys host the game right after ours here on this channel. And it's always a really fun game to play. And the amount of work that, like, I don't know how you guys do it, because I do like 1 show a week and it nearly breaks my brain. But do you guys have a trick without asking a magician their secrets? Do you have a trick towards generating content?
I would say for me, it's like paying attention to things that I'm excited about, that I hear about in the news. I've got a note that I'm always updating on my phone. Mm-hmm. And then basically I'll be like, okay, I want to write something about this topic. And then I can build an entire round around one question.
Do you ever find I'll often find I'm like, ooh, these 2 things have like a core similarity. Can I fill out 6 to 8 more of these? How can I you find that nugget and then you try to water it and let it bloom, but then sometimes you hit a dead end. Pedar, do you have any tricks for any aspiring trivia writers in the crowd tonight, if you want to do what we do?
Gosh, any tricks? No, I just kind of lately I just been flying by the seat of my pants, just being.
Hey, nothing wrong with that too. You just go for it. Yeah. You just dive right in. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. And speaking of diving right in, I think let's get the game started, because we'll be talking about this later. Meredith and Pedar have not just their regular game coming up after this at 8:15, but a very big game. So let's get TMQ on the road here, and let's put the game into in-game mode. I'm going with the old one. I can't find the colorful one. I'm shaking off the rust. I haven't done an internet show in like a month or more. Yes, an oldie but goodie. It's like a throwback jersey. It's a retro look. All right, so a couple quick ground rules before we get started. You should by now have gone to that website, either of the two, tmq.thetrivialist.com or play.themoviequiz.com. Get signed up. Couple quick ground rules: don't Google IMDb or cheat in any way. Just keep it. Just use your brain. Number 2, don't put answers in the chat. Just sign up and play along. 3, play with friends, but keep your team size to 4 or less. I'm also going to mentally add one because we had a couple issues towards the end of last season. Be cool in the chat. The chat is fun and silly, and we all dunk on each other, but let's keep the dunking civil and cool. And last but not least, very important for gameplay, type or select your answer, and don't forget to hit submit. You must hit submit. All right, so let's jump into our first round. So it's been a year, like I said. So your first round is called, oh yes, it is TMQ's birthday, and it's Ryan's birthday, as always. Happy birthday to Ryan. It's amazing that your birthday coincided with TMQ. It's amazing. Thank you. And thank you for the birthday wishes for reciprocating. All right, so let's get into your first round of the night, which is 1 year later. So it's a round all about epilogues. So I will describe a time-jumping epilogue to you, and you name the movie. Okay? The answer to all 8 of these will be the title of a movie. All right, here we go with question number 1. 1 year later in this epilogue, Hector gets credit for his songs, De La Cruz is reviled, and the entire departed family travel from the land of the dead as Miguel sings. So name the movie. This one's short answer. Most of them are short answer tonight. Type it, hit submit. Here we go. 1 year later, Hector gets credit for his songs, De La Cruz is reviled, and the entire departed family travel from the land of the dead as Miguel sings.
I'm so pumped for this quiz, Chris.
Like
we don't get to play trivia very much. And yeah, having questions that are coming from your brain are just really exciting. And also, last time we were on your show, Peter really beat me, and I want to see if I can win today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, you need to get revenge. But everyone, it seems, is starting out on an even footing for this one. It's the first question of the night. We're easing you into the new season. This is, of course, Coco. Coco is your answer for this one. 83% of teams got that right. Nicely done. Question number 2. 1 year and numerous other epilogues later, this character gets the final line of dialogue in the Lord of the Ring trilogy, which I'm already with the typos, declaring, "I'm home." So who has the last words of the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Is it Bilbo, Aragorn, Sam, or Frodo?
It is the one ring to rule them all. So, it's
That's true. It really is the Lord of the Ring, because there's the other ones, but like, who cares? Who cares about that?
Is the eponymous character Sauron? Is he the Lord of the Rings?
He would be, I suppose, the Lord of the Rings. I don't know if there's any if there's a double meaning to it, that because Frodo is the steward of it for so long that he sort of becomes the Lord of the Rings. I don't know.
I typed in Michael Flatley. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, you hacked the software and made it an answer. So this one, this movie ends. Return of the King ends like 100 times, and then finally it actually ends with Samwise Gamgee gets the last line of the trilogy. All right, here we go. Question number 3. Back to fill in the blank or short answer. 19 years later, our main characters, now grown, see their own children off on platform 9 3/4. I'm being loose with this one. You don't have to be super specific.
It's too late.
Okay, you can be as specific as you want to be. But 19 years later, our main characters, now grown, see their own children off on platform 9 3/4. I love the makeup in this scene.
I was just thinking about that as well. They did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it is funny though, because all of them, like, because they've grown up so much from the answer. Before I start diving into it, you all knew it though. Almost everybody got it. It's Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, to be specific. But like, they'd grown up so much from Sorcerer's Stone, but they were still only like 22, so they're playing like 40-year-olds, and they're just like, they just like kind of added like some like puff to Rupert Grint's cheeks, like they made him like a little jowly. Rupert Grint was like the easiest one to make from
the bags under the eyes, though. They made everyone look just terrible.
It's like, do 40-year-olds really look like that?
I hope not. I'm turning 40 in a couple of months, so I hope I don't turn a corner and go into Harry Potter territory. All right. Question number 4. Sometime later, it's not, I don't think it's explicitly stated, Rocky and Apollo have a private sparring rematch, solidifying their transition from enemies to friends. Was that the epilogue to Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, or Rocky 5? Which Rocky? It's a Rocky. What's the Rocky?
I saw Rocky on Broadway. That's my only knowledge of it.
There was a Rocky on Broadway?
Yeah, a few years ago. It was amazing. They like brought the ring into the audience. It was good.
That's pretty wild. All right. All right. So this one, yeah, this was a tricky one, because they're head to head in the first one. Then Apollo wants his rematch in 2, but then he wants a private rematch with nobody watching at the end of 3. Rocky 3 is where they're just in like a gym by themselves, like in the dark. It's the same movie where they've been like jogging on the beach together in little shorts, and then they have a little sparring match. So what was the spread on this? 50%, even 50 on this one. All right, back to short answer. Several years later, unspecified years, Mia walks into Sebastian's jazz club. A stylized dream of the life they could have had plays out before returning to reality. Several years later, Mia walks into Sebastian's jazz club. A stylized dream of the life they could have had plays out before returning to reality.
Ryan in the chat talking about My Nose Ain't Broken. That is, I believe, the name of a song in Rocky the Musical.
Is it really?
Yeah. My nose isn't broken.
Oh man. Seriously, just will like turn. I love random stuff that gets turned, like stuff that does not have like a shred of musical like it. How long was that on Broadway for?
I don't know. I don't think very long. I would say less than a year.
It's such a trend though right now. It's like it's all movies.
I know. It's just like constantly like digging up movies. All right. So this one is the best picture that wasn't. It's La La Land. La La Land is your answer. It's actually a really it's a nice epilogue. Very sad, but very well done. All right. Question number 6. 45 years later, a metatextual epilogue jumps forward from a KKK cross burning on Ron Stallworth's lawn to real footage of white supremacist violence in Charlottesville, Virginia. Is it Black Klansman, Ghosts of Mississippi, Judas and the Black Messiah, or Selma? So it jumped from it's a historical drama. It's about a real thing that happened, but then it jumps into actual footage from 4 years ago. So which of those movies is it?
We saw this one.
Gosh, I remember this was a total surprise watching I think it was like towards the end of the movie or even the credits, and I was just sobbing by the end.
I know. It was like it was like a year later too. So it was like really fresh, and it was like I went back and rewatched it to write this round. I was like, holy crap, this is it really is like an incredibly powerful epilogue and showing like the through line of it all. And it is Spike Lee in Black Klansman. That was Spike Lee's move to end Black Klansman. 63% got that right. Nicely done. All right. Once again, 45 years later, once again, our characters reconvene at the opening of a special AAGPBL exhibit at the Baseball Hall of Fame. Is that The Sandlot, A League of Their Own, The Natural, or 8 Men Out? Once again, 45 years later, our characters reconvene at the opening of a special AAGPBL exhibit at the Baseball Hall of Fame.
More old age makeup in this one.
Yeah, and then there's also.
Wait, they don't play their older selves.
Oh no, that's right. But they cast. I'll say it because very good percentage here. People knew it was A League of Their Own. They cast a lady who looked like a hell of a lot like Gina Davis.
I thought Gina Davis did play herself.
Dubbed herself, and she was the only one. It was like a weird move because they just got like random older actresses who could be like plausibly age from Rosie O'Donnell or Madonna. But then it was like a lady who looked a hell of a lot like Gina Davis, but wasn't her. And they had Gina Davis ADR dub her lines over.
They fooled me, I guess.
Yeah, they did. They dubbed only her though. It was like a weird, I don't know. They couldn't get everyone in the booth.
I remember like just even thinking the woman who played like the older version of Kit, her younger sister. I was like, she looks just like the eyes are just.
Yeah, they nailed it. They nailed it with the casting. And then they all play a game out on the field behind the Hall of Fame. All right, and your last question of round number 1. Years later, unspecified years, after his ill-fated pub crawl plunged the world into darkness, Gary King roams the wasteland with the young robotic versions of his friends. This one is a short answer. Years later, after his ill-fated pub crawl plunged the world into darkness, Gary King roams the wasteland with the young robotic versions of his friends. Just checking back on the chat. I see Kitty Doyle's trying to play while on a work meeting. I appreciate that.
As do we. Hi, Kitty Doyle.
What's up, Banana Phones? You should play our next game.
Yeah, everyone should stick around. You should absolutely stick around. We're gonna get into the specifics of you stick around every week, but especially this week. All right, let me regrade that. All right, that looks good. All right, here we go. So this movie is the final installment of the unofficial Cornetto trilogy of movies from Simon Pegg, Edgar Wright, and Nick Frost, and it is called The World's End. The World's End is are you guys fans of the Cornetto trilogy? Those 3? And if so, sub question, do you have a favorite of the 3? Because I feel like mine changes constantly.
I know I can speak for Meredith. Her favorite is the first half of Hot Fuzz.
The first half of Hot Fuzz?
I love it.
It's one of those movies where I'm like, we got to watch it the whole way through now, and then we try, and then we both end up falling asleep halfway through Hot Fuzz. Not because it's not good. It's just
not good. It's so good.
Like, yeah, it's midnight or something. No, I like them. I think Hot Fuzz is my favorite. I love how I remember seeing Hot Fuzz in the theater. It was in Columbus, Ohio. It was a first run theater, and I saw it with a friend. And there's that moment where they have this tender conversation where the like music is swelling like a romantic comedy, and we both just started like laughing our asses off, and no one else in the theater knew what was going on. I was like, this is this is satirical. This is making fun of these kinds of movies, and just how perfectly meta it is. There's a great video on when we see Simon Pegg's character move from the city into whatever like podunk town he goes to in Hot Fuzz. It was called Every Frame a Painting. It's a defunct YouTube series, but just basically how Edgar Wright uses shots to convey movement so clearly. It's just, I love the movie.
I mean, his camera work is always incredible. I will always remember about Hot Fuzz trying desperately to see it one night with my roommate, my friend Mike, at the time, and because we loved Shaun of the Dead, and we had this like odyssey. He was working in Manhattan, and I went to go pick him up. We went to go to like Lincoln Square. It was sold out there, so we went back to New Jersey, and like we went to get his car, but it was like the end of like the Stanley Cup finals. He was parked by like the arena for some reason. So we got stuck in that. Then we went to a theater and it was flooded, and like it was like an odyssey. We finally got it. It was like an After Hours, like a boring version of After Hours. All right, so let's take a look, or that divisive Ted Lasso episode from last week.
I've heard them compared. Yeah,
which is very good. It's a very good. I'm on the staunchly pro side of that episode.
As are
we. So let's. That's good, because I would have kicked you both right off the stream immediately. All right, so let's go. Let's take a look at your scores. We got a lot of sevens, so let's do the sevens. With 7, we got the Turds, Ricky Scabs, last season's champs. We've got OK Google, will Thanos be an Avatar 2? Glorious Purpose, Sterling Cooper, Roland Daily Bets, our bronze medalist from last season. Peter, the producers, and then with 8 points, we've got Stallone. I don't know if it's supposed to be Stallone or if it is Stallone. And Marley's Chains. Marley, our silver medalist. I have your medal still, Marley. I need to get you your medal because you earned it, and I want to get it to you. So let's figure out how to do that. All right. So, and Meredith is with the 6s, so she's right. She's right. I just didn't want to read the whole board. Being
totally.
lazy.
Watch out, Peter.
All right. So let's go into our second round, which is going to be our picture round, and it's called Who's Older? Who's older? So this is more of like a gamified round, picture round. So this is our birthday, like we said. It's also Ryan's birthday, of course, but it's our birthday. So we're talking about the ages and the births and appearances of superheroes and the actors who played them. So I'm going to show you an actor. So here's an example. So if I showed you this picture, it's a picture of Superman as played by Christopher Reeve, and I'll give you the years. One was from 1940, either born or debuted in 1940. One was born or debuted in 1952. So you can use your knowledge of the characters and the actors to suss out the fact that who's older? Superman. Superman is the older. So basically, I'll show you a comic book character played by an actor. You figure out which one is older, right? Does that make sense? So it's going like, and it's not like the age of the character, but when they first debuted in comics, their first comic book debut versus the actor's birthday. All right, here we go. Here's your first one. Who's older? And is this the puzzle round? No, but it's an extra bit of convolutedness for you. All right, so your first one here. So who's older? Is it the actor or the character? So there's just one answer. And your years are 1964 and 1972. So you want to figure out which one of these is from 1964. Is it this character or is it this actor? And I'm not going to tell you who they are. Okay, so here we go. Starting the timer now. Just like with any puzzly round, we'll all figure it out. Oh, somebody wrote just character. You got to name the character, not just the word character. That's on me. I didn't explain it well. You can change your answer. I'm getting my explanation powers back after a month. They were weak to begin with. All right.
Have you revisited this movie lately?
Just a couple of weeks ago, actually. I've been for years. I've been wanting to see the director's cut because it's like supposedly not bad. It's not good, but it's like better than this, which still was not good. Have you seen it recently?
No, but like, look, that suit is great. I will die on that hill. I think that is a comic accurate suit.
It is a good suit, and that's why I want to see. I do want to see the the director's cut. All right, so this one, that is Ben Affleck playing Daredevil. Ben Affleck was born in 1972, and Daredevil made his comic debut in 1964. So there's a couple levels of thought for this. You got to know the actor and the character and figure out from those 2 years which one's older. All right, here comes number 2. Who's older? The actor or the character? And whichever one it is, name that actor or character. And your years are 1968 and 1974.
I like this round. Really clever.
Thank you. I was gonna do it as a mini game, but then I was like, this could be fun. I could adapt it for the the main game. Because and I will point out, the gaps are going to start narrowing as we get down the list. They're gonna get a little trickier. So this one, that is Wolverine, as played by Hugh Jackman. Which one of them is from 1968? Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman was born in 1968. Wolverine debuted in 1974. Thank you, Jim. I understand it now and enjoy it as is tradition. That is always the way it goes. The first one is rough, but then you get the hang of it and then you settle in. All right, question number 3. Who's older? Your years are 1968 once again and 1973. Almost the exact same difference. Almost the exact same difference as Wolverine and Hugh Jackman.
So tough.
Yeah. It's like you figure it out. You figure out who they are, and then you gotta sort out who's they're gonna get. I'm looking.
See, I went with a particular number because of the Goonies and figuring being like, there's no way.
Right. Exactly. There you go, Peter. Peter's got the system figured out. You gotta figure it. You think of who might be older. So
sorry if that was a hint for everybody.
I'm guessing, Peter, you figured out that that if Josh Brolin had been born in 1973, he only would have been 12 in the Goonies, and he was the older brother. So that can't be right. He's the one born in 1968. Josh Brolin is the older one. It's Brolin.
But also that means he was only 5 years. So he was only 18 when that movie came. Did I do my math right? That's insane.
17. Yeah, 17.
Yeah, he was young.
Wow.
This one was tricky. Most people by a margin said Thanos. A good chunk of people said Thanos.
That was the easier name to think of.
That's it. I was gonna say that might be it too. Because if you don't know one of them, you can always just hope that the other one is the answer. All right, here's your next one. We're down to a 4-year gap for this next one. Your years are 1942 and 1946. Give you a second to think about the implications of those birth and debut years before I hit the timer. And 20 seconds starting now.
Gosh.
It's a real coin toss.
Oh, Meredith.
Oh, nice one.
Intentional.
Good.
Pun intended.
If that was a comment on the Twitch stream feed, you would be highlighted.
Yeah, I know. But you have the ultimate comment highlight, which is your face and voice. All right. So this was kind of a coin toss between Two-Face and Tommy Lee Jones, but the coin landed on Two-Face. Two-Face is a little old. You got to think about the age. I'll make Tommy Lee Jones almost 80. He's not quite there. All right, here we go with question number 5. We're getting real close now. Razor's edge. 3 years, 1937 and 1940. 1937 and 1940 are your years. We'll say a little bit of comics knowledge will answer this for you. If you've got.
It's got to be our. Was that you, Meredith? Our siren.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I think we had just almost an exact even split here, but the let me regrade that one. It's just a typo, but you got it right. All right, so if you know a little bit about Batman, you know that Batman didn't even premiere in comics, in Detective Comics, until 1939, which means that your answer of the person or the one from 1937 is Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson and the Joker, super close in age. All right, here we go. Even closer in age, born in 1992, or born or debuted in 1990 and 1992. These two. It might get into like real coin toss territory here as we get close.
I know this cold because I've got some just there's a cool trivia bit about this because it was like it's a very rare situation of something.
And that's the key to knowing this one without guessing it, and is exactly what I assume you're going to say. Peter, you can deliver that fact.
Oh, okay. So there's a great animated series that borrowed the theme song from the Tim Burton Batman 1989, Batman 1992, and then that same year, the animated version, beautiful art by Bruce Timm, and actually there's going to be a remake of the. Anyway, Harley Quinn, the character, debuted in the cartoon first, and then became a comic book character, and then became a live-action version played by Margot Robbie.
That's right, which means that Margot Robbie is 2 years older than Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie is 2 years older than Harley Quinn. All right, this one, this one's gonna be tough. This one's gonna make people go at home, I think. Okay, it's another 2 year spread, just like Margot Robbie and Harley Quinn, 1963 and 1965.
Knew that's what it was going to be.
You knew it was going to be that one? One's from 63, one's from 65. Which is the older one? The character or the actor, and who are they? I mean, I think we all know who the character and actor are.
Makes sense that Spider-Man didn't come up.
Yeah, just there was I think the closest would have been Tobey Maguire, and he's like 15 years younger than the debut of Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I think, is 62, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so I'm pretty sure Robert Downey Jr. actually had a birthday pretty recently, and he turned 56, meaning that he was born in 1965. Iron Man is from 1963, and 63% got it right. 263 this year. Incredible.
Blowing it.
Ooh, we're tied now, Peter.
Yeah, I had Iron Man first, and then I changed my answer, and Anyway, there we go.
All right, here we go. The last one, and this is as thin of a margin as you can get. Your years are 1981 and 1982. 1981 and 1982. Also, this is hands down the hardest question because the difference is almost non-existent, and it's probably the hardest ID too. But here we go.
What ones did you miss, Peter?
Oh, I actually missed the Margot Robbie question. I got confused. I put Harley Quinn.
No!
Yeah, I missed it. And then I missed Robert Downey Jr. And then, are those my only two? I don't know. Was there a third one I missed? Maybe this one. Let's see.
What did you? Let's see. What did you put, Peter and Meredith? What did you put?
I put Anna Paquin.
And Peter?
I put Rogue.
All right. Well, you one of you is right. So Anna Paquin is born just like me in 1982. Rogue is from 1981. Just like, I think it's even less than a year before Anna Paquin was born. All right. So let's take a look at the leaderboard once again. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. I'm forgetting how the game works. We're going to do the lightning round. The lightning round is next. We do that before we do your leaderboard, because we're going to see how it affects things. So the way this works is I'm going to ask you a question that has 4 answers. Each part of it is worth 1 point up to 4 points. You don't have to get all 4. You get 1 for every one of them you get right. They don't have to be in any specific order or anything like that. So we just talked about superheroes, as we're wont to do on this show. And also the champs from last season. I remember in the chat, I noticed Ricky Scabs, Dicky Dabs asked for a Ryan Reynolds round. So I wasn't going to do an entire Ryan Reynolds round, but the lightning round is dedicated to Ryan Reynolds superhero movies. Yes, you are welcome, Ricky Scabs. I'm sorry that it's not a full 8 questions, but it is 4 points. All right, so here we go. Ryan Reynolds has been in a bunch of comic book adaptations. List the 4 superheroes whose names are in the titles of movies that Reynolds has appeared in. So you don't have to name the full title, just the superhero whose name is in the title. Okay, so you don't have to put you wouldn't have to put Batman Begins. You would just put Batman, right? So the name, and he didn't necessarily play all of these characters. That's just the superheroes' names are in the title of a movie that Ryan Reynolds is in. All right,
I'm in. You all should be in. You're in.
Peter, ready to go. Here we go. 30 seconds on the clock for everybody else.
I only have 2. I can't think of the other 2.
And I'll say these are all individuals, no groups.
There's one, Meredith, you're going to hear and you're going to go, oh, and there's one that you might go, oh, I wouldn't have never thought of that.
I'm looking for individuals, no groups. All right. Oh yeah, there's one that's tough. One that's a tricky one, but a couple teams got it. Let me make sure that everybody gets their points. Okay. All good. All right, so here we go. He was the lead in Green Lantern and the 2 Deadpool movies, of course, but he was also in X-Men. This is why I said no groups. He was in X-Men Origins, but I can't take X-Men. Wolverine, where he played a proto version of Deadpool that sucked. And also he was in Blade Trinity. He was in Blade 3. So your answers are Deadpool, Green Lantern, which everyone got 84%. Nicely done. Wolverine and Blade. All right. And Ricky Scab saying anything is good for Ryan Reynolds. This is my gift to the champs. Welcome back for season 5. So now let's take a look at our scores and standings. After 2 rounds and a lightning round, we've got, let's start with 4th place because it's really 3rd. Stallone with 17, Sterling Cooper, Roland Daly Betts with 18, and our leaders tied atop, riding that Ryan Reynolds round into a tie with Marley's Chains is Ricky Scabs, Dicky Dabs. Our top 3 teams from last season are in the top 3 tonight, but Stallone is also there. Peter has got 16. Meredith has got 13. We've got plenty of more points left on the board. But before we jump into our next round, let's talk a bit about the Trivia League game in general and what we've got going on tonight at 8:15.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you, Chris. Thanks for having us. This is really fun. Even if Peter's beating me again, we still have some more to go. Tonight, after the movie quiz wraps up, we do have a very special trivia event this evening. We are teaming up with the American Museum of Natural History for a Climate Week themed trivia night. So please come on over after this game wraps up. Our site that you can access right there. Thank you, Chris. quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, it is about Climate Week, so naturally some kind of tough topics coming up, but also we like to keep things fun, so there's a lot of pop culture-y stuff in the mix. It should be a ton of fun, and we hope that you join us. So that's coming up at 8:15 this evening. And we have these virtual games going every Wednesday after the movie quiz, and then Mondays as well at 8 o'clock Eastern time at that same website. Anything you want to add, Peter?
No, that's it. Also, I think, Chris, you always do such a bang-up job with the movie quiz. It's so much fun. I hope to come to the Halloween show if I can.
Yes.
Cat's out of the bag. But I wanted to say we're currently in about 60 bars all across New York City. If you visit our website at nyctrivialeague.com/listings, you can see all those bars. We're doing it in person. Many of our venues have indoor seating, outdoor seating, and it's been going like gangbusters. So if you're feeling safe, COVID free, got those extra 4 booster shots, want to get out of the house and play some trivia, do it. Quiz nyctrivialeague.com. You can find our listings there. Thank you.
You should absolutely do it. And I actually, this is rare, where I actually have something to plug on my own show, which is incredibly self-serving. But as Peter alluded to, there is going to be a Halloween show for those of you who came out to Caveat on September 7th. I hope you're ready to go back, because we are going to be doing an in-person Halloween show at Caveat Saturday night before Halloween, like primo spot. It's at 7 p.m. So plenty of time before, if you've got like a party, that we'll have you there on time. So big takeaways here. Stick around at 8:15 for the Museum of Natural History NYC Trivia League game, and play on every Monday and Wednesday, and come to the Caveat show. Details will be forthcoming. I literally just booked this yesterday. So this is hot off the presses news. Very exciting. Lots of great stuff in the world of trivia. All right.
So fun. One more thing. You should stick around for our 8:15 quiz, because there are prizes for the winning teams, and you get free admission to the museum for the winners, and every member of the team gets you and 5 of your friends. So stick around, play.
That's great.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't give anything away on this show. I don't give away a thing. I just bother you with more emails. That's all you ever get from this show. So definitely play. All right, here we go. Let's jump into round 3. It is our puzzle round. The last one was a little puzzly, but you got the hang of it. So this one is called Scrambled 5 Quills. Like I said, tonight is the season 5 premiere. So I am going to give you a clue. And with it, this is all about part 5s in a series of movies in some way, shape, or form. Some of them are spinoffs, some of them are prequels, but they are the 5th one released. And I'm going to give you a clue that will lead you to help you decode the scrambled phrase. Okay? I don't have an example, but I'll let the first one linger a little bit to let you figure it out. Okay? Here comes question number 1. Matt Damon reclaims his franchise from Jeremy Renner, this time with a degree in rhinoplasty, as the only spy who can run a nose job. So run a nose job is the phrase. If you look in all these questions, the capitalized phrase in quotes is the one that you are going to need to decode and unscramble. And all of them will be the 5th entry into a series in celebration of the movie quiz season 5. I'll give you a couple seconds and then I will start the timer. Here we go.
This is great.
What is that second word?
Oh, you know.
I can't think of it. I'm just putting the wrong thing.
Oh, you've been playing on your phone, huh?
No, I'm not blaming it on my phone. I'm blaming it on my brain, and I know it's a movie, but the letters aren't right.
Okay. All right. There's some good good weird guesses about how this unscrambled. So this is from the Bourne series, and the 5th entry into the Bourne series was just called Jason Bourne. It was just called Jason Bourne. That was it.
That's where that J is. Oh.
Your second question in this round. Here we go. Ridley Scott returns for this 5th installment prequel to flesh out the backstory on the alien eggs, the space jockeys, and the Mop Ruse. The Mop Ruse. And starting the timer now.
Meredith and I have been listening to the Paul Scheer and Amy Nicholson's the Unspooled podcast, where they went through the best 100 movies from the AFI's 2007 list, and then now they're doing a similar thing, but now it's like their own 100 best movies, and they've been doing kind of like blockbuster series and a space series where they like Contact and Solaris and they talked about like one of the first and second movies in this series, and they're really great. They're really great people.
That's awesome. They talk about the original 2 or the 2 of this sub prequel series.
The original 2. They did the first one, and they were like, well, now we got to talk about the second one, and now now how they kind of like they function as a unit now, and that there are things they like about the first one and things that are good about the second one. But anyway,
I like how they're all like they have a different vibe until Ridley Scott came back. Both Alien and Mission Impossible did the thing where they had different directors for the first 4, and then they started bringing people back, and it kind of robbed both series of that oddity of the kind of interesting freshness that they each had. All right, Prometheus was your answer. Prometheus is the prequel to Alien. That was the 5th one released, not counting Alien versus Predator. Alien versus Predator will never count on this show for either series. All right, question number 3. We got some more Stallone action for you out there. Sly Stallone's now elderly Vietnam vet character has a very strict exercise regimen for his 5th outing, and it is do arm, lat, boobs. Do arm, lat, boobs.
This is the first one in this round that I know. I could not think of Prometheus, and Peter was talking about Alien and aliens, and I'm like, no, I can't think of the word. Just terrible. So frustrating.
I won't talk anymore. I thought it was good not to have any dead air. So.
No, I liked hearing what you had to say. I just couldn't think.
Some of the incorrect. This is a Rambo movie. And some of the incorrect answers are Rambo boobs. Rambo is old. all fine alternate titles for this movie that's actually called Rambo Last Blood, because the first was First Blood. This one should be Last Blood. I've heard it. I have not seen Last Blood, but I've heard it is really bad.
I heard it was rough.
Yeah. You also don't want to age with a character as their views progress. I think you get into some trouble there with Stallone.
Right. It seemed like they were trying to go for this. Again, I didn't see the movie, just read some reviews, trying to do some sort of Sicario situation. But then
I don't want 72-year-old Stallone, who is a member at Mar-a-Lago, talking about the situation in Mexico. Question number 4. Agreed. Arnold makes good on the promise that he'll be back, speaking of old action stars, in this soft reboot, using his cybernetic skills to fix doll clothing and Restoring Tiny Seam. Restoring Tiny Seam, featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Ooh.
It's the fifth one in this series. Not necessarily the fifth with Arnold in it.
Look, if I spell the word,
yeah, don't worry about spelling. It's a weirdly spelled.
I don't know.
It's a bizarre title, a weird swing and a miss, of trying to recast Sarah Connor and what's his name, Kyle Reese, and not doing a great job of it. It's called Terminator no, I'm sorry, not Terminator Salvation. Terminator Genesis. Someone wrote.
I thought it was Salvation.
No, it's not. It's Terminator, and look at how Genesis is spelled. This is why I'll accept any spelling, because this is what is that? Genesis.
So I transposed the Y and the F. Look, I thought this
doesn't
movie
matter.
Was kind of fun, but also
Genesis.
The idea that the Back to the Future 2-ness of it, them going back and being in the movies
I feel like they probably thought, because it was 6 years later, they were probably like, this worked for Star Trek. Star Trek pulled this off by going back and splintering off a new timeline. But Star Trek has so much to pull from that Terminator, it's if you change it, you're fundamentally changing what it is and what it's about. All right, question number 5. The fit of Brandon Routh's costume in this semi-reboot, semi-fivequel will definitely ensure rump rants.
This is inspired.
What is your approach to figuring out how to scramble the letters, Chris?
I find one word first. I look for one word first, and then I'm like, okay, all right, what does that leave me with? I write the title out, then I pull that word out and see what I'm left with. And then I look, then I just I subtract, and then I'll hit a dead end, and then I got to start over. And it's fun. It's one of the maddening ones to write though. All right, so this one, it is sort of a sequel. Bryan Singer meant it to pick up from the Christopher Reeve movies, but it kind of is a reboot. But it is called Superman Returns. Superman Returns is your answer. 50% got it right. All right, question number 6. After John McClane and his son blast Russian villains, they celebrate by drinking weird milk when they go ahead to Odd Dairy. After John McClane and his son blast Russian villains, they celebrate by drinking weird milk when they go ahead to Odd Dairy.
Second time we've talked about this actor kind of obliquely in this quiz.
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
right?
the son.
Yeah, the son.
Yeah, that's right. He appears twice in this round. That is Jai Courtney, who was the Kyle Reese. He's got looks nothing like Michael Biehn. Not even, and I don't care that he doesn't look like him, but the whole point of Kyle Reese is that he's not supposed to be muscular. He's just a wiry guy who has to navigate fighting a Terminator. But then you you recast him with Jai Courtney, who's just jacked to the hilt. So this is Die Hard 5, which was so bad I skipped seeing it. I was I wanted to see it, and then it came out, and I read the reviews, and I was just no, I don't think I'm gonna do it. And it seems like a good idea that I didn't do it. All right, this spin-off of a 4-movie animated franchise trades Smash Mouth needle drops for Springsteen in numerous scenes where the boss is put on. Boss is put on is your scramble.
I know one right off the bat. It feels so good. Peter looks like he's thinking hard. Or
no,
maybe
I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what this is.
This one is calling back to our caveat show where we had Shrek there, because this is a spin-off of Shrek. There were 4 Shreks, and then they gave the keys to Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots is your answer. And your final question of the round, showing that he's a benevolent ruler of primates and humans alike, Caesar the talking chimp decides to table the porn late fees. Caesar the talking chimp, and there is a part 5. I'm talking about the original series of these movies, not the reboots. No reboots involved.
Man, your Smash Mouth clue really, that got me. I wasn't going the right way with that.
Where you went to Shrek with it?
I just didn't even know what I was like. Animated series? Springsteen? Smash Mouth?
Yeah.
What?
You got turned around. You got turned around in it.
Good for you.
All right. So okay, so this one, a lot of teams knew that it was in the series of Planet of the Apes, but if you just put Planet of the Apes, you're going to be left with a lot of extra letters, because this is called this unscrambles to Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Battle for the Planet of the Apes is your answer. So nicely done, everybody. Let's take a look at your scores as we head out of round 3. We've got in third place with 23, the Turds. In second place with 26, Marley's Chains. And leading the way with 27, jumping into sole possession of first place, is Ricky Scabs, Dicky Dabs. So now this is a very special moment in every episode of the movie quiz where I bring in, like I said, this is a totally donation-based show, and it's pay as you wish. We appreciate every dollar you can give us to help keep it going. But to entice you to do it, I want to bring in titans of the cinematic world, characters from your favorite movies. And so now I would love to welcome to the show, please, Mervyn Hughes III, who is one of Indiana Jones's students. Mervyn, you're muted.
Hi.
Hello, Mervyn. Hi. I know you're having a hard time with modern tech.
Yes. I'm from the 50s?
Well, it depends. If you're from Crystal Skull, you're from the 50s. If you're from like the main trilogy, you're from the mid to late 30s.
I'm from a long time ago, so that's why I'm confused.
So
and it's Mervyn Hughes the third.
I'm sorry, Mr.
Also
Hughes.
spelled my name wrong.
I'm sorry. So Mervyn Hughes, it must be very thrilling to be a student of such a world famous adventurer as
you would think so. Yeah, you would think if he was ever in the goddamn class.
Well, yeah, I mean he's got stuff to do.
Yeah, but that's why we're all there, because we want to learn from Indiana friggin' Jones.
Do you have like subs? Do you ever get like does he send a sub?
They all suck. They don't. They haven't even dug a hole in their own backyard, let alone scavenge for stuff that turns you into skeletons and stuff.
Well, it sounds like it sounds like you've read up on Professor Jones's adventures and exploits. Would you ever go with him? Like if he said like I'm leaving class again? Would you go with him, or is
of course I would. But I also don't know anything, so I don't know why would bring me, because I have not learned anything.
I mean, in fairness, you are paying tuition. You're paying probably a reduced tuition.
Well, my father is.
Your father's paying for it?
Mervyn Hughes II is paying my tuition.
But have you complained to the dean?
Yeah, I talk to the dean all the time.
And is he just like Indiana Jones does what he wants?
He just says he's Indiana Jones. I don't know what you want me to do about it.
And then he opens a little trap door in his office to get rid of you.
Yep, and I slide all the way through.
You get a little
back
bit of
into
Indiana
class.
Jones action that way.
No, it's like very clean. It's like a clean slide. It's not made of
There's
rocks
no
or dirt
skeleton.
or anything.
Yeah, no torches. Well, Mervin, Mr. Huggies, can you tell us a little bit about donating to the quiz?
Yes, you should. If you can, you should, donate to this movie quiz. So you could also, this is a way for you to learn about things as well. It could be, I would much rather donate to this quiz than have my father pay the friggin' tuition that he's paying.
That's just going down the drain thanks to Indiana Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
so you should donate to this movie quiz,
and you can do so by clicking on the little Venmo and credit card widgets there right below.
I don't know. Sure.
You don't know what any of these words mean.
I don't know what those are.
You don't know. I'm surprised that you're not having a nervous breakdown being on a computer.
I'm just so angry about class that this is not registering. I'll process it later.
I'll wake up
screaming.
Do you want to stick around for round 4?
I would love to.
Okay.
What else am I going to do?
Yeah, you got nothing. It's not like
I'm supposed to be in class right now.
It's not like you got homework or anything.
No.
All right. So here we go. Your last round, inspired by Mervin and the fact that Meredith and Peter are teaming up with a world famous museum. Your last round is called "This Movie Belongs in a Museum." So this is your double points round. So there's two potential answers here. Each one is worth 1 point. You don't have to get them both. So based on a description or a picture, this is going to be a mixed media round. For 1 point, name the real life museum in the scene, and for the second point, name the movie. All right. So are we all ready to go?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1 is going to be a non-picture. It's a text question. A master thief billionaire played by Pierce Brosnan stages a fake heist as a distraction that allows him to grab a Van Gogh painting from this museum and walk off into a cab on 5th Avenue. So for 1 point, name the real life museum. And for the second, name the movie.
Does the order matter?
Order does not matter at all. Thank you, Meredith. I always forget to say that. It does not matter for this round.
Hi, Mervin. Nice to meet you.
What's up, Mervin?
Hi. Yes. Hi. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I came in so hot before. Probably intimidated you.
Much intimidation.
The chat is also Mervin. There's a like writing letters through the internet, and they're saying hello to you as well.
Instant letters.
Instant letters. You wouldn't believe it. It's amazing.
This year is amazing.
You know what year you're in currently, Mervin?
No, but it's amazing.
It's a good one. It's all right. All right. So for this one, the movie is the Thomas Crown Affair, and he is stealing from the Met. I read that it was Van Gogh. I didn't watch the scene, but it could be Magritte or Matisse. He steals a painting, and he steals it from the Met. All right, your second one is a picture. Your second one is visual. So name the museum, name the movie.
That's what I'm talking about. Love Bones.
This is right up your alley, Mervin. If you were getting chased by a big batch of dinosaur bones, you'd be in heaven.
That's right. That's exactly where I want to be.
All right. So I felt that I would be remiss if I did not include an answer with the upcoming game, the upcoming game partner on here. That is Night at the Museum at the American Museum of Natural History. If you put Museum of Natural History, New York Museum of Natural History, as long as I knew what you were talking about, you got the point. All right, your next one is also an image one. What's this one? What is the museum? And what is the movie?
Ooh, autocorrect does not like this name.
You need to get that international keyboard. All right, time is just about running out. This is good. In this image, they may not actually be in the Louvre because I think that's too big for the Mona Lisa. But the main action, the main museum action in this movie is in the Louvre in Paris, and it is the Da Vinci Code. Nicely done. The Louvre. All right, question number 4. We are back to text, and it's a description of the scene. NYPD officer James Darrell Edwards III runs down a cephalopoid alien to the roof of this museum, a feat that helps him land a new job. NYPD officer James Darrell Edwards III runs down a cephalopoid alien to the roof of this museum, a feat that helps him land a new job. And yeah, let me reiterate that if you are joining us now for the NYC Trivia League Museum of Natural History game with Meredith and Peter, you are currently watching the end of the movie quiz. We are just about wrapping it up. We're in the last round, but you can sign up for Meredith and Peter's game over at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com, and they will seamlessly transition straight into that game. So welcome everybody who is watching.
I'm gonna stay.
How could you not, Mervin?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm supposed to be in a 3-hour class. I got nothing else.
Yeah.
I'm totally going to stay.
You got a wide open schedule.
Yeah.
All right. So the movie is Men in Black. And in one of the opening scenes, Will Smith chases an alien to the roof of the Guggenheim. He chases him to the roof up the swirling ramps and to the roof of the Guggenheim. All right, question number 5. More museum roofs in this one. A chase through London ends atop this gallery, a renovated factory on the Thames, where the double agent being pursued by Ethan Hunt has a helicopter waiting. Now, for the movie one on this, you can either put, I need either the subtitle of the movie or the number in the series. You can't just put you need to show some knowledge of whether you know what number movie it is or what the subtitle of it is. And this was also, this was one of my barrage of hints today on Instagram in my stories at Trivia Man. Follow me there and you will get all kinds of hints on game day. All right, let me just regrade a couple of these. Yeah, all good. Yep, it was a Mission Impossible movie, but it was not Rogue Nation or the third one. It was the 6th one. It was Mission Impossible 6, aka Mission Impossible Fallout, and they're on top of the Tate Modern. More teams knew Tate Modern than Mission Impossible. So good job with that, everyone. Question number 6. This is back to a visual one, and here it is. And a little hint for this one, the answer is not the Smithsonian. It is not the Smithsonian. Mervin, would your love of archaeology, would you ever do what he's doing in this movie? Or would that be just to
like hide behind something?
I mean, I feel like we haven't known each other for that long, but I feel like you would hide behind something.
Yes, I would.
That seems very much up your alley to hide behind a big picture frame.
Yep. I always hide until I, know what the threats are. Then I come out.
You gotta put your nose in the air and figure out what's going on. All right, I think everyone's got their points. All right, so this is National Treasure, which a bunch of teams knew, and he is in the National Archives. He steals the Declaration of Independence from the National Archives. All right, Meredith and Peter, how are you? I don't see the leaderboard. How are you guys stacking up against each other?
I am not doing well.
No. All right. Here comes number 7, your next to last regular question of the game. It's your last visual clue, your last visual question. This one I predict a lot of people knowing the movie, and the museum is a little harder.
This round, Chris, I feel good about. It was the who's older round hurt me a little bit.
That dinged you.
And the word scramble, I needed more time.
Let me make sure. I think I've got everybody's. All right. Some of you were close, swirling around the right answer for this because you know where the movie takes place. But it's Ferris Bueller takes what's the Ferris Bueller takes a day off. Ferris Bueller puts in PTO.
Ferris Bueller takes off. That's a sequel, right? Where gets on a plane.
Yeah. Ferris Bueller gets out of there. Ferris Bueller is not here for the day is your movie answer, and it's the Art Institute of Chicago. The Art Institute of Chicago. And now question number 8, your final regular question of the game. A feature-length single take walks us through living history at this Moscow institution. Excuse me. A feature-length single take, so a one-shot movie. And we've talked about this at some point. This is the second time in the last year that this has come up. 2 teams have gotten the museum. It's a tough one. It is a tough one. I don't see a ton of answers coming in, and I'm not surprised. It's the last question for a reason. So the movie is called Russian Ark, and the institution is called the Hermitage. The Hermitage. All right, so I think some teams just knew of the Moscow Museum. All right, let's take a look at your scores and standings real quick before your final question of the night. In third place, we got the Turds with 36, Marley's Chains with 37, and Ricky Scabs with 38. They are unchanged. They've changed the scores, but not the positioning. So that brings us to our last question of the night. It's worth up to 6 points. I'm going to ask you a question that has 2 answers. If each one's worth 3 points, pick 2. You get them pick both right, you get 6 points. But if you pick the decoy answer, you will get 0 points. So if you know one for sure and you don't want to risk it, just click the 1 and hit submit. You don't have to gamble. Can't lose any points on this, just not gain any if you pick the decoy. So here we go. Tonight we've talked about 5 fifth installments. It's our 5th season. So that's where and we've talked a bit about Mission Impossible, which will show up in this question. So here is your final question of the night. Each of the following TV series spawned movie franchises with 5 or more entries, but only 2 of those shows made it to 5 seasons on the air. Which 2? And your options are Mission Impossible, The Muppet Show, and Star Trek, the original series. So each of the following TV series spawned movie franchises that went 5+ movies, but only 2 shows made it to 5 seasons on the air. And which are those 2? All of these are great shows and great movies, I have to say. These are all favorites of mine. So the answer to this one, you might be a little surprised because it went on to spawn a ton of other TV shows and tons of movies, but it actually it was famously canceled after only 3 seasons, plucked off the air before it made its return. Star Trek only made it 3 seasons, which means that your 2 answers are Mission Impossible and The Muppet Show. All right, let's do a quick recap of the scores and crown a winner before I hand the stream off to Meredith and Peter. They all got 6. They got 6. We've got the Turds in incredibly close game. Thank you, Ryan Reynolds. Indeed, the Turds with 42, Marley's Chains with 43, and your winners coasting off of last season's championship is Ricky Scabs, Dickie Dabs. All right, so thank you so much to Meredith, to Peter, to Mervyn Huggies the third. Everyone, please remember, tune in. Meredith and Peter are going to get started ASAP. So sign up, play the game. TMQ players, you should play. It's really a lot of fun, and it's not. You don't have to be subjected to my weird brain. You get other people's questions, and it's gonna be awesome. So thank you guys, and good break a leg.
Thank you for having us on. Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you.
This was a ton of fun. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for an amazing year of TMQ. Looking forward to going forward, having another live show next month. I will see you next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. In the meantime, stay safe, watch some movies, and I'll see you back here next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. McClunky, everybody. McClunky.